everybody, welcome back to Creek Ranch. Went ahead and built this trailer, put it out on social media in short form, had amazing reactions, tons and tons of feedback, millions and millions of views. So thank you everybody. So here we're gonna have a little bit of a long video. We're gonna show you how it works, what it's all about. Stick around, check it out.
The saw you see here being used is an Evolution metal cutting saw. I really like it. I just purchased it for this project. The welder being used in this project, it's a Lincoln 180 220 volt. Here's this axle that we went ahead and shortened. We just butt welded the tubing to narrow the axle, doing a full bevel on the prep for the weld. We could have strapped it, put fish plates or a sleeve, but we didn't feel that it was required for this build, considering this trailer won't be carrying much weight. We got really good penetration and a lot of weld in it.
So something you got to take in consideration when building a trailer, and this ours is just an estimation, but tongue weight. You want your trailer to naturally have some tongue weight, and then consider what kind of tongue weight you're going to have once it's loaded. We're trying to build this so we're just a few inches back of center axle to center of dump bed, not center of this frame. Our dump bed hangs past a foot from the rear of this frame. We'll also, for additional weight in the front, we're going to have a winch, we're going to have a mast, tongue, the coupler, jack, all that stuff. So that's all added tongue weight.
Here you see, this is 1/4 inch wall thickness, 2x3 tubing. It's overkill for the project, but we had some left over from another project.
Okay, check this out. This is what we got done so far. We got here is a little frame. This is a 3,500 pound boat axle. We wanted the drop axle, flip it, so we have a much higher ground clearance. Way overbuilt. It's gonna be just fine. I mean, 3,500 pound axle on a 4-wheeler trailer, I think we'll be all right. Okay, back to it. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about prepping your weld. So that's all beveled out.
We're also using inner shield wire. This is 0.035 diameter.
Now let's diagonal this thing again. Now we're constructing our headache rack. This is the front side of the dump trailer. Got the headache rack tacked up, so we'll finish this, then we'll get our sideboards. Once the sideboards are on, then we'll sheet it, then we'll worry about the tailgate.
This is 16 gauge sheet metal that we used for the skin on the inside. Ideally, we would have used a brake and put a bend in the corners to get really good overlap.
Ooh, that welded actually really good. Elliot went ahead and welded up the tailgate. Now we're going to take and put some hinges on here. I got to come up with a solution. I think I'm just going to lay some more 16 gauge on a 45 bevel in there and stitch weld that in. That'll give us more strength in this corner. We'll stitch weld, so we'll help strengthen it up. I guess Grayson's going to shoot the dog. Right there.
We estimate the weight of this trailer to be somewhere in the range of 350 to 400 pounds complete.
Fingers scrapping. see the trailer looks stupid right now. It's so tall because we got way too big of tires on it. We just put them on it so we can work on it and move it around. And we're gonna put a hinge assembly and a D-ring on this. The D-ring will be the anchor point for the cable that goes up and over the mast. There's gonna be a sleeve that runs up and down the mast that is also connected to the trailer. In there again, you can probably see it, a little bit of a seam. And we just reached in there with the flat bastard file and just shaved it off a tiny bit. See how she fits. Oh, nice.
The purpose of this mechanism is to keep the mast in proper geometry through the travel of the dump cycle.
It's a cast iron wheel and bearing we picked up. Got a little V-groove in it. It'll work perfect for the cable going over the top of that.
The cable on the winch of this trailer will be replaced in the near future with a synthetic line.
So what we got here, this collar or sleeve runs on the mast. We got a shiv or a pulley up top, and we're gonna mount a little winch right here. Cable will go up and over, connect to this D-ring via this shackle, and that's what will tote it and haul it up. We're gonna do a drop tongue on this to get it down to the right height to connect to the back of the four-wheeler. So all we gotta do is make that mark, cut it. So if you got 15-degree cut here, flip this over, that'll give you a total of 30 degrees. All right, so we got it tacked up. We mocked it up over there. So we just set this on, obviously, right? Scribe your mark. Oh man, there's a one little pock. Okay. Good. So we drilled a 5/8 hole here and here. So the wire has a smooth path coming in here. I just got some high tensile wire, taped it on, using it as a fish tape. Got these little disconnects here. They're quick connects. A little circuit breaker in here, 50 amp circuit breaker. That'll be inside the wheeler. So this will just be in the toolbox. You can drag it out when you want to connect and then just plug it together, boom. All right, what we had on the trailer here, and we had it on here just temporarily so we could move this thing around. But we had this 225/75/15, and this is a 5-on-4.5 bolt pattern. And so what we're doing, we just took that off, and we're going to transpose marks from that wheel onto this piece of plate steel. This is 1/2 inch plate. We're going to end up drilling holes in this to go over that axle hub. And that is going to be the point of fulcrum for our walking beam. So we have springs, drop axle, walking beam. These are 22/11/8. So they're just a hair over 22 inches tall, and they're 11 inches wide. Find center here and lay out from there. So we got our super handy dandy CNC cut template here. Just line her up and go ahead and mark through. I think we'll be good. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. We got a 2 3/4 inch hole saw. We're gonna try and get 2 holes. So we're gonna be cutting through 1 inch of steel with a brand new hole saw. We pre-drilled it with that. So now we just at least have a centering hole. Okay, look, let's be honest here. This is some serious redneck stuff. I mean, we're clamped down and I'm drilling it with a hand drill. This is the mixer model, DeWalt. Great drill, I love this so far. Some of my DeWalt tools, junk. This one, awesome. But this is redneck. This is, you get hurt and the thing binds up and breaks because you can't control a perfect right angle. You know, a drill press is the right thing, but we're out on a startup ranch. We don't have a shop yet. We're just doing this. So it can be done. You can just do it like this. Not ideal. There's a slug. We're gonna take now bevel this. We're gonna put a shoulder. We're just mocking up right now to check our depth, make sure we have clearance between the inside of the tire and that walking beam. So we got the one on. This is all just resting here, nothing's tacked or welded yet. We're just shimming things up, get the right height. Look under there, about 1 inch, maybe 7/8. I think we're good. You see there's gonna be a hub poking through here from that 3,500 pound axle. I think we're good, I think I like it. There's been a lot of questions about what this setup is. So this is a walking beam. So you have a lot of articulation up and down this direction. So all we're using is the original axle as that point of articulation. So once they're on there, you can see if you drop down in a deep hole or some really crazy terrain, you can see how much travel that has. Settle there, man. That thing's... Kona the helper. Her sister got kicked in the head today by a horse and got knocked out. So we built this trailer to fill a little gap we have here on the ranch. And that's between the larger, bigger equipment, trucks, 14,000 pound dump trailers, and the four-wheeler. We use this for collecting firewood and light duty work on the ranch. So we built a couple scabbards here. We can put saws in just for transportation. We don't store them in these so they sit there and leak and all that. We have a winch and we have a hoist system. The mast is over there, stored on the other side of the trailer, can be removed and then placed in here when you need to dump, because it does create an overhead clearance issue. If it is in the upright position, you go in the forest, you got trees, that kind of stuff.
So here's one other option you have with this style of trailer with the dump, is that we have a pin that holds the dump trailer in the upright position, so it makes loading things into it easier. And we utilize the same winch and cable to go ahead and pull something into it if need be. I just fabbed up a simple little ramp that will allow a log to travel up it and into the trailer. It's made out of 1/8 inch by 1.5 inch angle iron. Here's one of the several loads of oak firewood that we've hauled with it. It seems to work excellent. Doesn't seem to put any undue stress or strain on any part of the components, suspension, frame, or dump mechanism.
All right.
I figure this load is in excess of 1,000 pounds.
Okay. There we go. Let's see. Here it goes lifting. So we're going to take a quick look at this and show, watch the cable will snap or something. So what we're going to look at here real quick, it's been a lot of discussion. A lot of people say, oh, that pole's going to bend. It's going to bend. It's going to bend. Well, it's all about geometry. So if your pole is even or very close to it here and here, it doesn't put uneven torque on the mast one way or the other. So it's just putting basically a compressive load pressing straight down on that 3/16 wall thickness tubing. So it makes it pretty darn strong. And then obviously as it comes up, the load on the cable starts lessening with every degree of angle that the bed comes up. We're also cantilevered here by a little over 1 foot on the back of the trailer. So it's not lifting that portion there. So that's where those big hinges are that we made earlier. You can see just a little bit of what's going on under here. Basic little frame. The tongue and cross member that you see right there, that is 1/4 inch tubing. It is excessively overbuilt. And the rest of the frame on this is 1/8" tubing. 1/8" tubing on this skeleton here, the frame of the dump bed. All right, so we'll just finish dumping this here. Unload. That's about it. You know, it functions really well, does the job we need it to do, and I guess that's really all that matters. So there were some questions about what we're going to do to the steel, and the steel on this trailer, once it's fully blushed with rust, because I actually enjoy that, I like it, we will take and go ahead and spray it with boiled linseed oil, and that will protect it from further rust. Boom, there we go. Tensioner back up so the cable isn't just flopping around. We'll take, the mast is removable and stores on the side of the trailer. So if we don't like that thing sticking up there trying to hit limbs, we just take it down and put it away. But if we're actually functioning the dump trailer portion of this, not just carrying stuff, we'll leave it up. And that's about it. Not a whole lot to it. Hope you guys enjoyed.